In the top stories, Astro wins Senior Calypso Monarch crown. Training app for taxi drivers launched in Jamaica. And tens of thousands flee as Colorado fires burn hundreds of homes. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Friday, the 31st of December 2021. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, Astro has been crowned the 2021-2022 Senior Calypso Monarch. After the finals at Warner Park in the wee hours of Friday morning, Astro scored 710 points with his songs Resilience and Pay to Live. First runner-up went to Socrates, who scored 698 points with I Fear Not and Toasting 50. Lady Diva took the second runner-up spot, amassing 696 points for her songs Don't Judge Me and Not My Wish. The Senior Calypso Monarch Finals brought down the curtain on Sugar Mass competitions this year, which were held both virtually and with a limited audience under strict COVID protocols. Health authorities in St. Kitts and Nevis are implementing best practices from the tremendous success of managing previous waves of the COVID-19 virus and will follow updated guidelines in dealing with the fourth wave. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws shared the news of the start of the fourth wave on Thursday at an emergency COVID-19 briefing of the National Emergency Operations Center. She also shared that the Omicron variant is present in the Federation. However, there is no evidence at this time to indicate that the rise in cases is fueled by the highly transmissible variant. Dr. Laws said that statistics suggest that the fourth wave began on Christmas Eve. 14 positive cases of COVID-19 were reported on that day. Confirmed daily cases were detected, which jumped to 41 on Wednesday, December 29. The Chief Medical Officer urged residents to always wear a face mask when in public, frequently sanitize hands, maintain physical distance from others, and boost one's own immune system by eating fruits and vegetables, taking nutritional supplements, and exercising regularly. Residents are reminded that the best protection against COVID-19 is to get vaccinated. All health centers in St. Kitts and Nevis offer a COVID-19 jab from 1 to 4 p.m. on weekdays. The Newtown Health Center in St. Kitts is open on 2 days over the long weekend to facilitate persons wishing to get vaccinated or to receive a booster shot. The center opens on Sunday, January 2 from 1 to 5 p.m. and again on Monday, January 3 from 9 to 1 p.m. Officers stationed in Sandy Point are now operating out of their new location in the National Security and Judicial Complex. Divisional Commander for District B, Superintendent Lyndon David, noted that much of what was needed to do business was in place by the evening of December 23, and their services went into full swing on Christmas Eve. Since that day, the police have been serving the Sandy Point and surrounding communities from the complex. He said, quote, on December 24, Christmas Eve, operations at the Sandy Point Police Station commenced in the new building based at the National Security and Judicial Complex at Bouncing Hill, Sandy Point, which was officially opened and handed over to the police on Tuesday, December 21. That morning, we had our first person come in sometime after 10 a.m. to report as part of the individual's bail conditions. We have completed the process of moving all of the furniture and equipment from the previous building, and the persons can now make their reports at this new location, end quote. The National Security and Judicial Complex houses the Sandy Point Police Station, the Sandy Point Fire and Rescue Services Station, a Customs and Excise Outpost, and the District B Magistrates Court. Persons can reach the Sandy Point Police Station by calling 465-6261. We now move to news on the regional scene. The Ministry of Transport in Jamaica has collaborated with Educom Cooperative Credit Union to create an app for drivers of public passenger vehicles to teach them important road safety principles. More in this CVM Live News report.
The approximately 82,000 drivers of public passenger vehicles PPV in Jamaica will soon be able to access online training through a PPV training app. The app is being provided as an alternative to visiting the Transport Authority offices to do a test to be regulated.
The taximan, the conductor, the driver can stay in the privacy of their home. They can stay in the vehicle. They can go on their phone and on their tablet and learn the the do's and the don'ts, of proper driving. They can learn the road code. They learn how to start the vehicle, how to move off, how to adjust the rear view mirror, so that they can then take the test to get their badge and permit to be drivers in the industry.
Created through a collaboration with EduFocal, its CEO says the goal of the app is to increase the percentage of drivers who are certified in the authority.
Only 30% of operators possess a Transport Authority badge. And it is our goal, as in EduFocal's goal, in partnership with the Transport Authority and other stakeholders, to move the compliance rate from 30% to, should I commit to a number? But it is our goal to get at least 80% compliance within 2 years.
The $13 million application features defensive driving, customer service, and professionalism training. He further announced that the Transport Ministry will be carrying out tougher enforcement for uniform wearing in the new year.
Don't believe we're not going back to enforce the uniforms. We're going to, because when I meet with the associations, Peter, they tell me that the Transport Authority is not enforcing. Come January morning, we're going to be enforcing.
Janelle Powell, CVM Live.
In Guyana, 55 persons living with disabilities are now equipped with the requisite knowledge and skills in various fields to enter a new venture of becoming employed or owning and operating their own businesses. Tamika Rodney reports.
Through a partnership with the Board of Industrial Training and the Ghana Council of Organizations for Persons with Disabilities, 55 persons living with disabilities from regions 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10 benefited from remote training sessions in disability studies, general office administration, introduction to Spanish website development, and food preparation, which was the only program that required in-person training. The partnership began in 2016, and since then 600 plus persons with disabilities have been trained and certified. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic which struck in 2020, training was delayed until March of this year and lasted for a 4-month period. At the graduation ceremony on Wednesday, the smiles synonymous with success after hard work were evident on the faces of both the young and matured participants who were elated to obtain their certificates despite their physical constraints. The graduates are living with a myriad of disabilities including blindness, visual impairment, speech challenges, and physical disabilities. Ganesh Singh, Program Coordinator of the Ghana Council of Organizations for Persons with Disabilities, pointed out that programs such as the current one is focused on ensuring that persons with disabilities are self-reliant and gain financial independence. While he could not say definitively the average number of beneficiaries of the program who were able to gain employment, he said that many of them matriculated to other training programs at the University of Guyana and elsewhere. Labour Minister Joseph Hamilton highlighted that his ministry, through the Board of Industrial Training, will continue to support efforts that allow persons with disabilities to have the same opportunities as the rest of society. He implored the graduates to strive to acquire more skills.
Don't take the certificate and say, this is the end of it. I see it as the beginning. Because, as I have said, you have to have more than one skill, you have to have more than one talent to survive the world that is before you.
One of the graduates, 16-year-old Angelica Basu, who completed the Introduction to Spanish course, told Nightly News that she has always been intrigued about learning foreign languages so she can communicate fluently with anyone who is unable to speak English. The aspiring radio announcer, who was born blind, is urging others to invest time in studying new dialects.
Hola, me llamo Angelica. Yo tengo 16 años. My name is Angelica. Hello, my name is Angelica. Spanish is an easy language if you really pay good interest in it. And I would encourage others to pick up other language to learn because a lot of foreign people coming into Guyana and not all of them speak English.
40-year-old Oliver Kerr, who is also blind, completed disability studies and food preparation courses. He described his experience as life-changing and one day hopes to train other persons living with disabilities.
Well, going forward is to get into more training for go out there to teach other blind person or other person living with disability. Skill that you learn. And
Tishan Rodney, who hails from Region 10, is now a certified web developer. The special needs teacher by profession says he intends to train young persons with disabilities from his region using the knowledge he has garnered. His advice to other persons living with disabilities is to remove limitations from their lives and explore the possibilities that exist.
Remove every mind block that you can't achieve anything or you cannot do anything. And just put one foot in front of the other and you're going to see change.
Tamika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Internationally, the U.S. state of Colorado is battling some of the most destructive wildfires in its history. Hundreds of homes have been destroyed and tens of thousands of people have been evacuated. 2 towns near Denver have been hardest hit in what's being described as a life-threatening situation. Al Jazeera's Laura Burden-Manley reports.
This is the moment a huge fire came rolling down the foothills of Boulder County in Colorado. The fast-moving blaze engulfed hundreds of homes. Locals say they haven't experienced anything like it.
You know, this is the first time I've really been involved in anything like this, and I'll tell you, it is really scary. The ditches and things and the trees, they're all up in flames, like there's embers everywhere. So it makes me very frightened, of course, with the wind, that it's going to continue to spread to other homes.
Strong winds and dry conditions are fueling the flames. Officials say some of the fires were sparked by falling power lines, which ignited prairie grasses. A state of emergency has been declared and tens of thousands of people evacuated from the towns of Superior and Louisville. Many are getting stuck in traffic jams as they tried to escape.
Gusts of 100, 110 miles an hour can and have moved this fire down a football field in a matter of seconds. Very little time to get out, very little time to even get the most important parts of your life.
We currently have thousands of individuals in the south part of our county and in the areas of Superior and Louisville who have been evacuated. We know that there are structures, both homes and businesses, that have been burned and lost. I'm speaking about hundreds of structures.
In Boulder County, tens of thousands of people have been left in the dark with power lines down or destroyed. Patients in critical care are being moved out of hospitals because of the threat from smoke. Winds are gradually weakening, giving firefighters some respite, but the billowing smoke could be a bigger hazard as it travels across Colorado. Laura Burden-Manley, Al Jazeera.
And now for the weather. Current conditions are fair skies. Winds are east-northeast at 9 to 18 miles per hour, reaching as high as 26 miles per hour, mainly over open waters and in elevated areas. The temperature is 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are moderate with waves not exceeding 5 feet. The weather forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis today will be mostly sunny in general. Tonight will be mostly fair and cool. Sunset today will be at 5:47 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 6:40 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jason Davis.